Hello students, I am Meena Madam. Today I am going to start the third chapter of economics, that is money and credit. Today we have to study about the very first one is definition of some important terms used in this chapter. Second is what is money, and third is loan activities of bank. So let us start with the definition of some terms. The very first one is money. Anything that serves as a medium of exchange and unit of account. Second is credit. It refers to an agreement in which the lender supplies the borrowers with money, goods, or service in return for a promise of future repayment. Third, barter system, a system of exchange in which a good or service is exchanged for another good or service. Fourth is double coincidence of wants, a situation in which the needs of the buyers exactly match the offer made by the seller. Fifth is collateral, an asset that the borrower owns and uses as a guarantee to a lender until the loan is repaid. Sixth, demand deposits. Those deposits with a bank that can be withdrawn by a consumer as and when he requires. Before the invention of money, in primitive times, one commodity was exchanged for another commodity. This system was called a barter system, but the barter system can work properly under the situation of double coincidence of wants, means when the needs of the buyers exactly match with the offer made by the seller. But in practice, this system is difficult. So there was the need of something that can be exchanged with everything, and that was money. Before the introduction of coins, a variety of objects were used as money. For example, grains and cattle. Then metallic coins, gold, silver, copper coins were used. Since money is used as a common medium of exchange and a unit of account, money is the common denominator. It becomes simple to determine the value of commodity in terms of another commodity. For example, suppose Ram has book but he needs pencil, and Shyam has pencil but he doesn't need a book. In this case, barter system can't be applied. But if Ram gave the money to Shyam for purchasing the pencil from Shyam, Shyam can use that money for purchasing whatever he wants. Next, we have to see the modern form of money. Modern forms of money include currency, paper, notes, and coins. The other form in which people hold money is as deposits with banks. Since the deposits in bank accounts can be withdrawn on demand, these deposits are called demand deposits. Demand deposits are considered as money since the depositor can withdraw this money in any three ways. First one is by writing a check in favor of self. Second, by writing a check in favor of a third party. Third is using debit card at ATM. Next, we have to see the loan activities of bank. The deposits with bank is used by banks to provide loan to for different economic activities, but it is essential for the banks in India to hold about 15% of their deposits as cash so that depositors can withdraw their deposits whenever they want. Here one question is arised that how do banks mediate between those who have surplus money and those who need money. In fact, out of their experience, banks know that all the depositors do not withdraw their deposits at a time. Only a few uh, depositors of total depositors withdraw, and surplus deposit is used by the banks to meet the need of those who need of money for different economic activities. It is seen that generally banks do not lend money to poor people and risky ventures. Ventures means industries. There are some reasons behind it. The very first one is that poor borrowers do not have collateral to offer. Second is in highly risky ventures, the possibility of default is higher. Now, next we have to study about the terms of credit. In fact, under the certain conditions, the banks provide the loan, and these conditions are known as the terms of credit. And these terms of credit are, the very first one is interest. Borrowers has to pay certain interest fixed by bank. Second is collateral and documentations. Borrowers has to offer documents of their property as collateral or guarantee. Third is mode of payment. Bank decides how will loan be repaid by the borrowers. Here one question is asked, why do banks ask for collateral while lending? In fact, the lenders means banks ask for collateral to protect themselves against the possibility of default by borrowers. If borrower fails to repay the loan, the lenders means bank has the right to sell the collateral and get its money back. Here some more questions are arised. First one is why credit should be available at reasonable rate of interest. In fact, if the rate of interest would be high, the very first one is the borrowers will not be in a position to repay the loan and caught in debt traps. Second, borrowers may not venture out to set up new enterprises. Listen this video very carefully and write down these questions in your copy. Well, very first one is define. First, money. Second, credit. Third, barter system. Fourth, double coincidence of wants. Fifth, collateral. And sixth, demand deposits. Second is how does money solve the problem of double coincidence of wants? Explain with an example of your own. Third is how do banks mediate between those who have surplus money and those who need money? Fourth, what are the reasons why the banks might not be willing to lend to certain borrowers? Fifth, why are demand deposits considered as money? Sixth, why do lenders ask for collateral while lending? Seventh, what are the terms of credit? Seventh, why credit should be available at reasonable rate of interest.